Greetings to one and all. I'm here with the topic why the rate of divorce is increasing day to day. The most often heard talks nowadays among youngsters is he or she got divorced recently, they are getting divorced. And this became fashion for few just to cut down or drop out from relationship just because for the sake of his or her own happiness. And in few, why should we stay together when our adult relationship is not proper and families are getting collapsed? Here are some instances in real life where we can think why the divorce rate is increasing these days. A couple got recently married, to be noted is an arranged marriage, who has some long distance family relationship. Both of them are software employees living in nearby city from their hometown, far away from both in-laws and parents. Sometimes both work in same shifts and sometimes in different shifts. For few months they lived a happy life. Just a small incident had made their lives turn into worse. The incident looks so foolish to others, but it is hurting the young generation who are lacking patience, taking to heart. Male partner reached home early and while coming he brought some groceries and veggies, but female partner had already intimated husband that she would be reaching home a bit late and to order food or get it from outside. However, husband happily browsing the internet and watching TV until his wife returns. And believe this incident turned out to be a nightmare quarrel involving both parents and in-laws, leading to major family discussions hurting many people emotionally, and this resulted both of them to quit the relationship within a year post marriage. Another incident of a newly arranged marriage couple who live together with in laws. All of them are well educated, including parents and in laws. No history of family relationship. It's a matrimony arrangement. It's apparent that these days there are a lot of differences between daughter in law and mother in law, but still, the arguments have led to severe arrogancy of daughter in law, which made their in laws to be in police station, also hitting them with disruptive people, which in turn resulted a greater damage emotionally and physically to male partner and his parents and family as well. Male partner and his family has tried in all possible ways to explain to daughter-in-law to lead the life separately, however the couple wish to be. But still, daughter-in-law is nowhere to accept or bound to the so-called marriage life. Whatever the reason could be, either husband or wife may be incorrect, but is that the way people behave? Is it foolishness or is it called as headstrong? These incidents can happen vice versa too, not in case with only daughter-in-laws or wives, but with son-in-laws or husbands too. Similar couple who got married with great difficulty after many hindrances got together, lived happily for few years. However, the bond between each other has not lasted forever. After many years, the female partner had realized that male partner is not at all interested in the relationship. Though she is not rude or violent, however, she tried her best to stay together to lead a good relationship, but all her efforts are helpless, as totally the male partner is not interested in marriage itself. So how can one expect wife to lead the life with such uncertainty? Ultimately got divorced. And in such instances, divorce is the only solution, but if one agrees and accepts life with life by adoption, it's again different scenario. Fortunately, all these couples have no kids, which is really a great good thing. Many such incidents we see in our daily life with reasonable or unreasonable and sensitive or insensitive. People are getting divorced, venturing lots of emotional stress, be it the reason of status, money, happiness, pleasure, or whatever, resulting in the necessity of divorce. If we look into the arranged marriages, majority of the cases we notice critically involvement of both partners' parents forecasting that my child is greater or stronger compared to the other, and he or she is unhappy with the relationship resulting further destruction with no constructive talks. Coming to so-called love marriage, it is so absurd to think that people tend to pretend or really they have such love on each other till they take impulsive decision of getting married. Nobody could judge. If there is some major fertility issues, one can think of it. Even here, if both partners have a strong bond, nobody can separate them. But why the hell on earth are becoming so violent these days, causing a lot of trauma to the children who just started seeing the world? Once upon a time, people could only vision divorce in case of only unfair relationships of extramarital affairs, and if partner, especially man, is drunkard, smoker, or drug abuser with unfair relationships who are illiterate, women used to accept the life due to low economy and due to trust in relationship. And people who couldn't accept such life, they would get parted. Now, the so called literated also behave the same. There is no change in smoking, drinking, or drug abuse or in maintaining unhealthy relationships. Only the economic status has changed from being very poor to middle or rich class, and the habits were spread to both men and women. And to be honest, these days illiterate people are having more sense than well educated ones. And frankly speaking, the generation or the trend has changed to such an extent, irrespective of gender, there is no understanding, there is no proper intimacy, there is no healthy discussions to lead a healthy relationship. Couldn't we think on the beauty of life to lead a good relationship? Couldn't we think a second before getting into arguments? Couldn't we understand the value of life? Couldn't we understand each other before commitment or after commitment? Couldn't we accept with patience? Couldn't we question ourselves? Should I get compromised or should I ensure that my mind is not getting attracted to negativity or flooding caused by crowd surge? Couldn't we build up the positivity and understand the capabilities and similarly accept the flaws of our partner? Couldn't we accept the change in body system of our partner post certain age? Couldn't we understand the value of life and marriage? Of course, marriage is not a compulsory. It's a choice of two individuals and two families to lead a happy life. But if one is committed and have kids, it's good to stick to the word commitment and lead the life with positive vibes. Ensure that enough time is spent with a partner. If doesn't work with adults, get into privacy. Who would stop you? Adults or parents would be more happy if his or her child leads a happy life. There is no more pride in this nature quality of a person whose self respect is not shown with the partner, instead, only the words understanding and commitment rules or take over. Also, one need to keep in mind that you are not doing any crime or sin if you first start the conversation with your partner after long battle. Are we illiterate or are we so wild and vigorous like beasts to fight each other, destroying and hurting people emotions? Can't we understand each other when committed? Can't we accept pros and cons of our partner? Do you ever think who would be the victims after consequences of divorce? Do the divorces ever thought of or just it's a trend every couple is following these days and let's follow the trend of this so-called divorce also as a part of our trend? If one thinks and take a positive step further to commit with the relationship, and if husband and wife, or if any one of them thinks this is our life instead of this is my life, there will be no question of divorce, and children rejoice at the victory in the entire life without undergoing trauma and live their whole life, especially childhood, with parents happily ever after without any mental distractions and anxieties. Hope this message helps at least one to think before commitment and questions themselves. Thank you.